welcome back to the Fire Emblem Path of Radiance Footlock playthrough. In this part, let's get to the chapter itself. Ike over here, this chapter's kinda easy, not gonna lie, but it's also one of those chapters that you can technically screw up quite easily too. In the meantime, as we get started, I want the Poleaxe on Boyd. It'll help kill these Cavaliers right over here quite easily. Yeah, just go up here, unequip that Iron Sword for now. Reese, go over here, and that's all she wrote. This first turn is honestly the easiest turn. Every turn after this gets a bit more complicated. In the meantime, we're just gonna sit back, relax, and watch everybody basically try to kill Boyd. And let's see how many one-shots we get. As there's probably going to be a lot. Sword, ouchie. Just enough to not one-shot, but he's in range of sword, if nothing else. For one-shot. I gotta say, I like the music for this chapter, even if it is a bit monotonous. It gives you a sense of grandiose and epicness, even though right now it's in favor of the enemies, but after this chapter it's definitely going to be more in favor of the player. Yep. He is normally good for dodging, but I'm having some pretty bad luck as of recent with her trying to dodge stuff. And I think the only other thing that can hit her is that longbow archer over there. Yeah. Nice job, Mia. Gotta say, quite happy I got both the HP and defense level ups that I did while I was doing my attempts for good level ups on characters. Ike. Nice two-shot. There we go. And then we have this dude over here. Nice job. I have a feeling I'm going to be very low on HP at the end of all of this. And just not enough resources. I do kind of wish Illyana would talk to Ike on player phase, I'm not going to lie. Or on enemy phase, I should say. But, hey, not my place to complain. After all, developers can be kind of weird. But then again, I also understand why they didn't, because they also don't want you to have Illyana bum rushed at the moment that she's recruited. This space is exactly one space out of the boss's range, for those of you who are curious. Nice dodge, Boyd. I'm really not worried about Boyd dying. He's tanky enough that I just don't have to care. Boyd... Soren, also useless at depth trigger. Be prepared for many of those. Reese. I'm gonna actually start burning through the mend staff just so that way I can get XP on you a tiny bit faster. It's 12 compared to 11. It helps out a bit more. One extra point can really go the distance. Meanwhile, ouch, sword. I think after this turn, I'm going to have Soren move closer to Reese, or Reese heal Soren, one of the two. As long as Mia doesn't need the healing way more. Which it doesn't look like it. I think I'll be safe to use a vulnerary. I'm also probably going to move one space back just to make things a tiny bit safer. Ike. Nice job. No damage from the sword, dude. Now then, here's the fun part. How much damage will you have taken by the end of this turn? Probably a lot, is my guess. Ouch. And you're gonna get a level up here shortly, which will be good. But I think I'm gonna have to chug a vulnerary. Illyana, just please be right in front of Ike, and then I will move you back. And then... Okay. It's not great, but I'll take it. I think I might end up having to put on one of the speed boosting bands, so that way I can gain speed. Talk to Ike, Illyana. Meanwhile, it's freezing cold and she's not doing so well, despite being sickly. Or for being sickly. She's doing a lot better than you might expect. But she can at least hold her own. But yeah, she's the first case of a recruited character. I'm going to equip that, and I'm just going to use this normal vulnerary for the time being. Illyana, just sit back there, equip normal thunder. Illyana is kind of weird. She's not that far comparable off from Soren. Her biggest difference is that she has a bigger strength growth, meaning that she's weighed down less by her tomes compared to Soren. And she has Shade, which means that as long as... Other units will usually get attacked first. It's not 100% foolproof, though. So keep that in mind. Can you reach Soren? Yes, yes you can. In the meantime, heal up Soren. Yeah, move one back. Use one vulnerary on yourself. And Soren, just kill this dude. It's very hard to kill all the enemies on the map, but you should be fine for the most part. Meanwhile, Boyd, attack this dude with the hand axe. I want to do that because the boss has a short spear, and I'd much rather him come towards Boyd than not. Speaking of which, exactly what I predicted. And we're going to fight. And maybe a crit? Who knows? Alright. It's nice whenever things, like, just happen. And I think that means Mia's gotten the javelin guy in front of her, which means that the only other people that can hurt her are the longbow guy, who I don't think is actually in the right range anymore. So that's good. Also, Ike being a tank, which is kind of cool and funny to see. Also, he dodged the lance dude. That's good. In the meantime, Illyana, I'll probably move Reese up there to help you out. And yeah, okay. Let's see. That one is Illyana. Illyana has how much defense? 3? 3 defense. How much damage do you have? 16 minus 3 is 13, I think. Have I done my math wrong? No? Or attack, yes, attack is 16, defense is 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move Ike as far back over here as possible. Use this vulnerary. Whatever band I have on Reese is going on her for the moment. Paladin band. Usually the band I also keep equipped on her. Mend, Illyana. I'm basically gonna have 2 mages look over that side while I wait for Ike to get into Mia's area. In the meantime, Sword. In the meantime, Boyd. And Steel Axe. Or even use the hammer on the boss, but I think I'd much rather use the Steel Axe because you can double with it. And less goes wrong that way. Glory to Dan. More like death to you. Level up Boyd. Please gain some speed, as per usual. Okay, I like it. Strength, speed, more than I can ask for. Let's put the red gem in the convoy for the time being. And I'm just gonna move Soren here on the steps. He's at full HP now, so not a ton to worry about. And that should be the turn, I think. Excuse me. Mia, you're at full HP, so I'm not that worried. Oh, nice. Soldier didn't even go to attack Illyana like I thought he would. So, in the meantime, as I move Ike over, yeah, you can literally move to where Illyana's standing. So I'm just going to leave Illyana in front there to block. And I'll move Mia closer there afterwards. Yeah. I guess that's all there is to it. And I'll move Boyd back over just so that way he can start defending this front area again. So what I'm going to do, you, Iron Sword, just stop there. You, equip the Paladin Band. Reese, what you can do is heal Ike with that mend. Ike, you should be perfectly fine now. Just use the Regal Sword. This should decimate anybody in front of you. And then this side's going to start getting cleaned up quite a bit faster. Soren, just stay back where you are, and yeah, that's the turn, basically. In the meantime, maybe I should have moved Soren a tiny bit closer, just in case there's somebody in front of Ike. Then again, I doubt it, as the only guy who might go in front of Ike that he can't kill right away is going to be the priest. And then this kind of becomes a giant crapshoot. But that's about it. Yep. Sometimes this happens. This chapter is actually not that bad, just doing it with only foot units, as shown here. Then again, I am also blessed with the fact that Ike is ultra high level, along with Boyd. This dude is not going to be an issue. I would also say use the Regal Sword liberally. It's there to help you out for sure. Level up Ike, please gain some more, I guess speed is the thing I'm looking for. Okay. At least his magic's up to where I want it to be, so I can start using some speed boosting bands on Ike. Which I might do, considering that his speed is leveled up very poorly. Meanwhile, this dude. I cannot wait to kill that priest. That's for sure. And Boyd's just reaping the benefits of being able to wield an axe. That's for sure. And this time it actually decides to show the enemies right. Sometimes in this game, enemy reinforcements aren't displayed right at all. Yeah, I'll do it like that. In the meantime... Okay, you can double this dude with Elf Thunder, which is good. So, there's that. For those of you who've played this, some of you may have played this map but not realized where it's from. In Fire Emblem Awakening, there is another, whenever they were doing downloadable content, they reused maps from certain games. All of the Rogues and Redeemers maps are actually based off of this chapter right here, from what I remember. This honestly is one of the better chapters to base it off of if you're just trying to do defense. Also pure water. And yeah, there's not a ton to talk about at this point. I feel safe moving Reese over here. And I might move Soren back over in a moment. We'll see. Boyd. Honestly, you could go over here and it really doesn't matter that much. I'll probably equip the hand axe for the time being, and I'll just move Soren up behind Illyana. That's the easiness of this chapter. All I need is, what, one more turn? Or is it two? I forgot to check. I forgot to do turn count to see if I can actually get the longbow with Ike as it stands. I guess I'll find out here in a moment. Meanwhile, that time didn't show the enemy reinforcements right. Enemy reinforcements over there. Enemies here. Also, it looks like I'll be able to get it in time, so I'm not that worried. Iron sword on the steel bow guy. Looks like everything is a-okay. I am gonna move... I'm gonna move Illyana here. What's her speed? 6? So she's way down by 5, so 4? What's your speed? Way down by 2, so 1? What I'll do is I'm gonna have you stand here with a thunder equipped. And Soren, I'm gonna have you move right here behind Ike. Just in case. No, right here. Yeah, right there. Void. You could honestly stand still. It doesn't matter that much. You'll probably kill everybody while you're with the hand axe equipped. And I'll call... yeah. Mia, don't exactly want to move you up because he's wielding a javelin. I would call it a turn right there. In the meantime, Illyana will double this dude. Very nice. That was a critical hit. That time I could tell. Level up Illyana. Illyana is actually the mage I wanted to use over Soren. Okay. It's alright. It's not great. Mostly because Illyana is, honestly, in my opinion, just better. She is outright better than her competition. Meanwhile, Ike. Yeah, this is why I moved Soren over. I was curious if that guy was going to stop me from getting to the longbow dude. Meanwhile, Void. Just able to grind everybody into the ground. Makes me curious about something for next chapter. In the meantime, everybody is coming up. And yeah, Void basically just doesn't have to care. Soren, kill this dude. And because nobody's going up there, and the only guy left is this dude who doesn't drop his fire tome, yeah. How much HP's on Ike? 22. I'm just gonna keep Ike there, and that should keep him from dying. And this is Longbow Ike. Which, 18 uses, okay, so that's interesting. Am I greedy? Yes, I am. I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna chug a bit of vulnerary, and then we'll go from there. Heal up Illyana. Not that it matters too much. I think Mia is going to use the Armor Slayer to soften him up. Yeah, this guy dude can't kill Mia in return. There's no crits coming back her way. And then, oh, never mind. I was about to say, then I'm gonna have Illyana kill the dude off, but Mia did the job for me, so never mind. Oopsie daisy. there's that. And that was a very mean attack. And here we go. I believe this is last turn. Boyd, level up. He's level 18 already, jeez. Ooh, and that's a dead level up. It is very rare, even in this game, to get dead level ups, which is where you gain 0 stats. I think Path of Radiance at least rerolls the number generator at least like once to try and prevent that. But I'm not 100% sure. I know Radiant Dawn definitely rerolls until you gain at least 1 stat. Until you cap your first stat, that is. Also, I'm fairly sure the HP cap is 40 because Boyd hasn't gained HP in a couple of level ups. At least before you promote. And we're now getting overrun. Although, this could just be a couple of extra turns if I had some time. Instead, it looks like everybody's getting a bit exhausted, and time to fall back and regroup within the castle. This just looks pathetic and hopeless, almost. Titania, Soren, and even Ike looked very exhausted. And, yeah, Ike's still pulling through, like the badass that he is. I will admit, the scene is both very cool and very awkward at the same time. I told you to stay, and Miss doesn't care. We're all going to die here. Bit of a pessimist. And she's gonna stay with everybody, including Ike. And yeah, she's being strong, even in the face of death. I'm not going to see Mother just yet. And yeah, Ike being the resolute one, as he always is. Even though things look very dire. Volunteer, prepare to die. Is what I would be saying if it weren't for the fact that we just got some help. Thank you, Gallia, for saving our hides. And this is why people fear Lagoos indeed. So strong compared to others. And he's now dying. Thank you, our Lagoos friends. Oh, that was close. And they're here from the palace. Mordecai, the warrior of Gallia. And we have Ike. Thank you indeed. Ranulph told me Ike is not a bad stranger. It seems Mordecai's not exactly adept at English, modern language, however you wish to call it. It's too soon to tell. What do we say, Leaf? She seems to be more hurt by humans. Bjork and human. And Bjork. We have power are Lagoos. You softless, hairless things with no power at all are called Bjork. Leth, you're being bad. Leaf. And we cannot fight yet. That's how the Bjork treat their friends, treat their allies. And yeah, Ike, not gonna defend them, but he's at the very least going to try and be polite. You force us into slavery, how easily you forget. Ooh, seems like not everything's all hunky-dory, despite King Kanagus and King Ramon being on good terms. Perhaps the peace between the peoples of Gallia and Crimea was only between royals. Who knows? Meanwhile, Soren here, definitely picking a fight. You filthy, hairy subhuman. Wow. I forgot Soren's also a tiny bit racist, but he's not that bad. At least compared to Shinon, by no means. Meanwhile, Ike, after taking the beating from outside, still stands in front to save Soren. Soren, stand down. The only person who I swear would get Soren to calm down. If you hadn't provoked him, none of this would have happened, right? But I'm sorry. It seems like Soren has his issues to work out. Meanwhile, and yeah, they're tired and not thinking clearly at all. No one needs to be angry just this time. And yeah, Letha is at least apologizing, so that's nice. And blundered terribly on their mission. And they're there to guide Ike and the rest to the Royal Palace. That's nice. Ooh. You earn 50 bonus experience for every unit who does not fight, so that's one of the other benefits of only using foot units in this chapter. But yeah, talk about intense. Lord, that could have gone wrong if as that was on the razor's edge, but for now, that seems to be it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, as well as hit the notification bell to stay up to date. I'll see you in the next part.